Yeah, good morning, great students of Benefit Group of School. How are you people doing? I trust you are still keeping safe and you're fine. This is another episode from Better Faith e-learning platform. My name is Ehime Udwe. This is for GSS 3, English language. Today being the 15th day of July 2020, we'll be looking at semi-formal letter. Semi-formal letter. What is a semi-formal letter? A semi-formal letter are formal letters with some qualities of the personal or private letters. So a semi-formal letter is a fusion of both the personal letter, okay, or the private letter. Unlike the formal letter that, is strictly written to people that are occupying positions of authority, a semi-formal letter is a fusion of both the personal or the private letter. Okay? When you use the word semi, okay, it is half of a formal and half of an informal. Okay? It is neither a pure formal letter nor it is neither a pure informal letter. That's why we said it is a letter, okay, letters with some qualities of personal or private letter. Okay? The category of letter under these are letter written to one's adult friend or elderly person. When you want to write a letter to somebody that is older than you, such a letter is a semi-formal letter. Somebody that is older than you, an adult friend. Let's say, for example, you are age 13 and you have a friend of age 40, age 50, age 60. Somebody that you know categorically, this can be liking to be my father, this can be liking to be my mother. But since they are not your father, they are not your mother, they're just your friend, you need to also give them such respect. Okay? So letter written to one's adult friends or elderly people, letter written to friends of one's parents or elderly relations. Okay? You want to write a letter to your friend's father. You want to write a letter to your friend's mother. Okay? Or you want to write a letter to an elderly relation, your big uncle, your big auntie. Okay? It is a semi-formal letter. Then C, letter written to one's former teacher, house master or sport master. You have a teacher that taught you while you're in J1, while you're in J2, but somewhere along the line is no longer in school presently. And when he was with you, you were best of friends, and you'll be missing him over time, or you'll be missing her over time. You want to write a letter to such a teacher. That kind of a letter is a semi-formal letter. Please take note. Some 2 years ago, junior WAEC, your junior school certificate exam, a semi-formal letter came up, and it actually caused controversy amongst my students. Okay, they were not too, too abreast with the qualities of a semi-formal letter. That's why I'm taking time out now. Please listen attentively while we treat this. These are letters to one's adult friends. These are letters to one's friend's parents or elderly relations. Letters written to one's former teacher, housemates, or sport masters. Okay? Any letter devoid of these is not a semi-formal letter. Now, hints on how to write a good semi-formal letter. Number one, you must have your content. What is the content in the letter? The content depends on the topic you are writing on. The content depends on the topic you are writing on. The content of the letter is always likely to be the body of the letter. Okay? What are you asked to write on is your content, or what you want to write on is the content. Okay? As I said, the content depends on the topic you are writing on, but use appropriate sequencing to present your point. Please mark this word, appropriate sequencing. Okay? What do I mean by appropriate sequencing? I mean this word, dovetailing. Okay? This is just a theory. You are preparing for your exams and you must write a letter. Let's say peradventure a semi-formal letter comes up. you must know how to what? Dovetail. What is dovetailing? Dovetailing is a process by which you can link your first paragraph with your second paragraph. Now let's look at it. When you say dovetailing, okay, when you say dovetailing, I should be expecting words like furthermore, okay, furthermore, in as, much as, okay, in view of, okay, from the foregoing, okay, etc. All these words is what is referred to as what? Appropriate sequencing. And in English language, we call it what? Dovetailing. Are we together? So when you have the ability to dovetail, you have the ability to dovetail your paragraph. You are marrying paragraph 1 to paragraph 2. Students, at times, you are like at this level, you have to write within the space of what? 250 words. That is what you are asked to write. Our students will always come to my office and say, Uncle, I do not know what to write. It's not that you do not know what to write. It's because you do not know how to what? Dovetail. Are we together? So when you know how to dovetail, when you have started your first paragraph, then you now begin to use words like in as much as, furthermore, in view of, from the foregoing. You begin to see that you are marrying words. The way you want to conclude, what do? You say in what? In conclusion. All these are the appropriate sequencing that helps you to present your point. Okay? So you must take note of the content. I told you, the content is what you are asked to write on, but appropriate sequencing must be applied in order to present your point. Then the number 2 here is organization. The organization. You know, the writer's address should be at the right-hand corner of the page. Take note. This controversy still came up, like what I was telling you in my JCE, my students during their JCE exam 2 years ago. They were confused. Even some were asking me, Uncle, a semi-formal letter, do we need to write 2 addresses or 1? I told them 1, some people said 2. No, take it from me, a semi-formal letter has only 1 address. Okay? And the address must be at the right-hand corner of the page. Do you know what's the right-hand corner of the page? Let's say this is my page. Are we together? This is the right-hand corner of the page. Just the way you write it in an informal letter, that is also the way you write it in a semi-formal letter. Just 1 address. Okay? So never use 2 addresses in a semi-formal letter. That is that. Then the greeting or salutation is dear sir. Okay? Dear sir. Dear sir. You will not say because I am your teacher, I'm no longer with you, you're so familiar with me, you will not write dear Uncle Ehime. That is not a semi-formal letter. Dear sir is most appropriate. Okay? Then the C part, in writing your complimentary close, use yours sincerely. Students also always have this problem because of the word formal. They want to conclude their complimentary close, they will use yours faithfully. No. Mind you, I said it has the qualities of a personal or a private letter. Okay? So how do you conclude a semi-formal letter? It's the same way you conclude a formal, a semi-formal letter, the same way you conclude an informal letter. Now, take note. In an informal letter, you are allowed to use other complimentary close like yours lovely, yours darling, yours bestie, yours boo, yours pet, and what have you. Isn't it? But in a semi-formal letter, you are only allowed to use just 1 complimentary clause, which is what? Yours sincerely. Take note. Yours sincerely only. You're not allowed to use any other apart from yours sincerely. And your Y must be on capital letter, while your X must be on what? Command, your magistrate command in English language. Then lastly, we have our expression. I always tell my students, the reason why you do not know how to write is because you do not know how to speak English. Listen, there's a difference between speaking English and understanding English. Now, every one of us speak English. Every one of us speaks English, but very few of us understand English. So, your understanding of English comes to bear when you are expressing yourself. Okay? A letter writing is an expression of how you talk. Okay? So you are expected to be simple in language. Okay? You're not going to write a letter to me and say, let me impress my uncle that I can speak high-sounding language. You begin to bombard me with languages that I need to consult the dictionary for. No. Talk to me, express yourself as if you and I were just having an open conversation. Okay? So you're expected to express yourself in simple languages. And you're also expected to express yourself clearly. Okay? As I'm talking to you and you're replying me, it is expected that you should be able to understand what I'm saying. Not when I'm talking to you, be asking me what is the meaning of what I'm saying. No. Okay? Communication has to do with what? Me talking to you, you comprehending what I'm saying, and you talking to me also what? Comprehending what you're saying. So be that as it may, in a semi-formal letter, I want you to get it straight up that it has the quality of a personal and a private letter, and it is written to people of, our friends, elderly people, our uncles, and what have you. And we have hit ourselves with how to write a good semi-formal letter. So till I come your way again, same time next week, by the grace of Almighty God, where we'll be looking at, we'll be doing the practical aspect of how to write a semi-formal letter. I want you to keep safe and remain ever blessed. Thank you.